Football is a funny sport. As an Arsenal fan, 2 weeks ago, the sky was falling. It's over. Here we go to what we just witnessed today. It's Sunday.
Africa strikes. Ghana strikes. Sulimuntari strikes.
Welcome to episode 203 of the Football Weekly Podcast. I'm your host, Reginald Dino. It's Sunday. I saw Manchester City go up 2-0 on Tottenham and then watch Tottenham come back and tie it. Man City dropped points today. I woke up in the morning to watch Aston Villa, Brentford. Brentford gets a red card at halftime. Just before halftime, they come away with a 1-0 win. 7 points ahead of Villa, 6 points ahead of Man City. With Chelsea to come in the, I think it's it's the Carabao Cup on Tuesday. We play Chelsea at the Emirates. Funny sport, how the weeks just change day by day, week by week. Everything just changes. Amazing, amazing. Guys, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about Champions League, the draw. Well, not the draw, but we'll talk about what's going on in Champions League, and then I'll round up AFCON for you. I know you've probably heard everything that you need to hear about AFCON. It was 2 weeks ago. I haven't been able to do a show until today, but I'll give you my take on what's going on. Don't let the media cloud your judgment or manipulate the real issues. Okay? We'll talk about that. What to start off with, guys? What do we start off with? Champions League? Let's start off with Champions League. We'll run through that really quick. So we have the 8 teams that are seeded. First, of course, is the mighty Arsenal. Second, Bayern Munich. Third, I believe, is Liverpool. Fourth is Tottenham. Fifth, Barcelona. Sixth, Chelsea. Seventh, Sporting, I believe. And eighth, who the hell's eighth? Who's eighth? Might as well look it up. Yeah, Manchester City. Manchester City's eighth. Squeaking into the top 8. The way this bracket came out, guys, when I looked at it the first time, I was like, how do we finish first and we have to play Bayern Munich? Just the way that it's laid out. It was just crazy to see, but the new format, I had to pay attention a little bit longer to realize the new format, and it's this and it's that, and it's we don't play Bayern Munich first. We'll play the lowest seed of Olympiacos, Leverkusen, or Dortmund and Atalanta. So whoever the lowest seed that wins their game, Arsenal will play them in the knockout round. So we can either play Atalanta, Dortmund, Olympiacos, or Bayer Leverkusen. Finally a good draw. So many times we get, if you look at Tottenham and Liverpool, who finished 3rd and 4th, let me see here. They can either play Atletico Madrid, Club Brugge, Juventus, or Galatasaray. So Liverpool will play the lowest seeded winner, and Tottenham will play the other one. Those are 4 great teams. 4 great teams. Well, we might as well just go through them. Sporting and Manchester City, they can either play Inter, Bode Glimt, or Real Madrid or Benfica. And then to round it off, Chelsea or Barcelona can play either Paris Saint-Germain, PSG, Monaco, Karabag, or Newcastle. So all in all, I think finishing first. I think I'm not going to say anything's easy, but look at that group. Look at the group Tottenham and Liverpool have. Club Brugge out of Belgium, they can beat you. Atletico Madrid can most definitely beat you. Juventus, On their day, they can beat you. And Galatasaray, you're going to have to go to Turkey. Tough group. So those games are going on in February, actually. I think they're in a couple of weeks. Those games are going on to find out who the top 8 teams will be playing in their knockout rounds, and then that will start in March. So could this be the year Arsenal wins the Champions League? Who knows? There's still giants. There's still, even though you don't have to play, you might not have to play, there's still giants there. There's going to be a couple of upsets. We know that for sure. And then there's going to be a couple that are, yeah, of course they're going to make it through. I just have a feeling we're going to end up running into Bayern Munich, and they're not going to be too happy with what we did to them at the Emirates. That's all I'm going to say. Another coach from the Jose Mourinho, Ruben Amorim, Enzo Maresca. Who's the other one? Wilfried Nancy. There was another one that there's another one. I can't remember who the other one was. Sarri came out against Lazio this week or last week or whenever it was, saying the club doesn't support him with transfers. They're trying to get rid of my players. I don't want them to sell this guy. They're going to sell him. How can we win like that? In a press conference. So I haven't even looked, actually. He might be done already. They might have got rid of him, or he might still be there. But I mean, this is when the situation becomes unattainable, when the situation becomes one of, what are we doing here? I have this plan, you have this plan, and they don't jive together. And I want to leave, but I don't want to quit. I tell you, the club is being run by idiots, pretty much. And I get myself fired. I go under the beach. I collect my checks, and I live my life. So let's look out for Sarri as well. I think he's going to be the next head that's going to roll, coaching head that's going to roll. Get into AFCON. I know I did really quick and dirty. I'm not going to go through the leagues again. Not yet. Wait for maybe Joe when he comes back. We'll wait to do league roundups then. But let's start with the AFCON. Or let's get into the AFCON. Chaos on the continent. Chaos. I could not believe what I was watching. There's sometimes when I'm sitting here watching games and you're seeing bad call after bad call after bad call, and all the calls are benefiting one team. I sit there sometimes and, man, just you know what? Wave a white flag and just walk off. Just walk off the field. Enough's enough. Just pull the team in and say, come on, let's get out of here. And take them to the dressing room. With the full intention that we're always going to come back and play. But that's our protest. Walking off. I think it in my head. I never thought it would be done anywhere by anyone. Crazy, crazy scenes in Morocco. But there was a bunch of issues that led up to those scenes. If you're paying attention to what Senegal was saying, or the Senegal FA was saying, between traveling to games, having to take a bus or a train with no security for them. And when I say take the train, I'm not talking about like a chartered train. You're literally going on the subway. If you live in Toronto or you're listening wherever in New York, the tram. You're going underground and taking the subway with guys that are going to work with no security. Letting off fireworks at the hotel. They were forced to train, or they wanted them to train at the same training facility Morocco was training at. Hey, you don't do that. That never happens. If you go to a World Cup, you don't train at the same field training facility as another team. You don't do that. So Morocco can spy on us and see what we're doing? You don't do that. So there was problems with the accommodations. There was problems with everything. Morocco is using everything in their power to gain an advantage. How much of it's true? The train's true. They recorded it. Fireworks in the hotel, I 100% believe that. It's been done. Everybody does that. But that training facility one, that's the one that, out of all of it, that's the one that's like, wow, how do you do that? You don't book us another field to train at? Actually, you know what? Taking the train to a game with with people that are going to work and whatever they're doing. Imagine being Real Madrid and you're on the TTC, taking a bus somewhere, public bus, waiting at a bus stop. It's international, guys. International. And don't let the media tell you that, oh, unheard of, oh my God, so unorganized, blah, blah. The last 2 African Cup of Nations tournaments have been beautiful to watch. Beautiful. The tournament was beautiful this year up until that crazy 14 minutes in the final, which we'll get into. Don't let the English media, especially the English media, the UK media, don't let them tell you anything. Because I remember when it was Euro finals and it was Italy, England, all the hooligans that broke into the stadium and they rushed the door and just went in. They didn't have tickets. Doing bumps of cocaine in the stands. There's a row of seats. There's probably 10, 15 seats in a row. There's 30 people standing there. You come with tickets. These are my seats. But you have a coked out hooligan standing in your seats. I don't hear anything about that. So don't let them tell you, oh, you know, no class, no this, no that. No. Don't try that. You're throwing stones in a glass house, my friend. The hooligan culture is still alive and well in England. Don't be fooled by that. And Copa America as well. The Copa America that was in the United States, for whatever reason, when Argentina was in the final, weren't there Argentinian fans crawling through the vents to get into seats? Guys, it's not just Africa. It's not just Africa. I can go online and I can name you every country does something stupid. So we'll just chalk that up to never seen it, probably never see it again. The game. If you watched it, you saw the calls that were being made on the field. Now, I'm not a big Morocco fan. I'm not a big Egypt fan. Not a really big fan of the teams from Northern Africa. For whatever, for more for political reasons than footballing reasons, for more of how they view themselves and then the rest of Africa. I have other issues with Algeria, Tunisians, and Tunisia, Algeria, Egypt, Morocco. Yeah, the way that they see themselves and the way that they see other Africans. Not all of them, mind you. But I just have issues with that type of stuff. It's beyond football for that. So I'm not really going to get into that because that's another topic for another type of podcast. But when a West African team is playing, or a Southern African team, or south of the Sudan African team, yes, I'm cheering for them. Egypt's playing Nigeria. My heritage is Ghanaian. Let's go Nigeria. It's crazy to say. You got to give them something. Their Jollof is garbage, so you got to give them something. But anyways, and again, different topic, different podcast. Egypt's playing Nigeria, go Nigeria. Senegal's playing Morocco, let's go Senegal. Before we get into the game, actually, the CFA, the CAF, they need to change the rule for cards. Once you reach the knockout stage, they should wipe. Once you get past the semifinals, they should wipe. Or past maybe the quarters. We'll say the quarters. Once you get past the quarters, they should wipe. Koulibaly for Senegal, their captain, couldn't play in the final because he accumulated a red card. He had 2 yellow cards. Like from the 3, I think it was 3 yellow cards the whole tournament. Why do the cards still carry over at that point? I believe in World Cup and Euros, they wipe at a certain place. After the group stage, I think they wipe. Start again. And then I think they wipe again. Well, actually, I got to look it up. I don't want to say it. I got to look it up. The Koulibaly missed. There was another player on Senegal that was going to miss as well. Now imagine you have a final of Senegal and Morocco, and for argument's sake, Hakimi and Brahim Diaz. They're on yellows. They get yellows in the semis. Now they can't play. Now Koulibaly can't play, and I think it was Ismail Sarr or Diab. No, I can't remember who it was, but both of them couldn't play for Senegal. Got to wipe the cards, guys. Got to wipe the cards. But anyways, getting into the game. Some of the calls the referee was making, I'm not going to say corrupt. Not going to say out of his depth, but it didn't look right. Let's just say. And it all came to a head when a penalty shot was given to Morocco, and I believe in the last dying moments of a 0-0 game. So the two most contentious parts of that game, the two most contentious parts of the game were in the 93rd minute, 92nd minute, 91st minute, whatever it is, Senegal scored. But the goal was chalked off because they said he committed a foul leading up to the goal. Senegal, they go crazy. Of course, as you would. You're a fan of Argentina, you're a fan of Chile, you're a fan of USA, you're a fan of England. That happens, you're going crazy. What foul? You go back and look at it, it's... And then literally, like 2 minutes later, they come down and Morocco gets a penalty shot. And that's it. Everybody went crazy. Senegal coach, we're out of here. The whole team comes off. 14 minutes of delay. 14 minutes. Credit Sadio Mane for getting the guys to come back on the field to finish the game. But that's the gist of what happened, guys. A goal chalked off, and 2 minutes later, you give them a penalty shot. And this is an injury time. 94th minute, 95th minute, or something like that. All this happened within 3 minutes. Yeah, of course you feel undone. With all the stupid calls that were going on through the game as well, of course you feel undone. Of course you think there's something going on. But I've never seen a coach pull his team off the field and say, that's it. We're not in an international game, especially not in a final. Pape Thiaw, the coach of Senegal, pulled his team off the field, and then chaos ensued. You have Moroccan ball boys stealing the towel from the goalie. Oh my God, I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen anything like it. That specifically. I've seen crazy things happen in games, in the stands. I've seen it, but I've never seen that. But credit Sadio Mane for like I said, getting the guys to come back. 14-minute delay. They finally come back and they take the penalty shot stands. So it's up to Brahim Diaz. Real Madrid player Brahim Diaz to score. He scores this goal. Morocco wins AFCON. Decided to do a panenka. For those of you that don't know what a panenka is, it's just a little chip. Like you run up like you're going to hit it, and you just chip it. Goalie dives out of the way. He looks stupid because the ball's going like literally a mile an hour into the net. If you want to see one, Google panenka online. You might even see Panenka score a panenka. The guy who the goal is named after. First guy to do it. Anyways. So obviously Senegal save it. They play. 2 minutes later, Senegal scores. It's the craziest injury time you'll ever see. The craziest injury time you'll ever see. Cinema, guys. Cinema. So off that goal, Senegal wins their second. Off that goal, Senegal wins the AFCON. Brahim Diaz came out after the game or Morocco FA, whoever, and said he's now getting death threats from Senegalese people. It's just like, okay, slow down, bro. That's not the reason why you missed the PK. In that situation, a Panenka? No. So whatever, Brahim Diaz gets player of, I think he got golden boot. I think he scored 4 or 5 or 6 goals in the tournament. He gets golden boot. Senegal gets the top prize. We go again in 2 years, or we go again for the next one. Hopefully it's south of Northern Africa, but we'll see. So you move on to some other things that have come out. So we'll talk about the fines and all of that that have come out through it all. But it's just sometimes you just shake your head at certain things that happen. So a player from Rayo Vallecano, I forgot his name. I had it all worked out. I was supposed to do this show last week. Don't get me started, but I forget his name. He was a midfielder there. Usually, Senegalese player, you win. So usually when you win, like if you win a World Cup, when you come back to your club team, when the Arsenal women won the Champions League, when they went on international duty, the international teams clapped their players. They give you a guard of honor, you walk through, they throw confetti, congratulations, blah, 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 hugs. That's for winning the Champions League. They got that. Because I believe the Champions League final was right like a week or two before the international break. So they go off to their international teams and they get that. So Senegalese midfielder comes back to Rayo Vallecano. Nothing. Now, if you play for Morocco and they lost, okay, I get it. But you played for Senegal and you won. You won your continent's major trophy. If somebody on your team won Euros, you'd tribute them. You'd give them a tribute. So it came out in the media that this happened, and Rayo Vallecano's excuse was there was a train derailment somewhere, and they didn't want to celebrate that while that was going on. Okay. They didn't want to celebrate his winning in AFCON when that was going on, when that situation was going on. Okay. No problem. So some of the things that have come out as far as punishments go, Pap Chiao, the coach of Senegal, 5-game ban. I believe it's only CAF games, so only the African Federation games. It's not like World Cup and stuff like that. So they were also saying that they might ban them from the World Cup for this. They still get their World Cup placed and they can play. But I believe they were fined 615,000. Two players were suspended 2 games. These are CAF games, by the way. They're not FIFA suspensions. These are from the Federation. And the one that surprises me, and it's just like, we were going to talk about this actually when we did our live show, we forgot, or we just didn't have time to do it. The whole Ronaldo thing, Ronaldo getting a red card, and he's allowed to play. he's allowed to play in the World Cup opening game, but he got a red card in a qualifier. He can't play. Somehow he's allowed to play. Like how you're going to suspend him for? Like, I don't even know how it would work. So this is the kind of suspension that Hakimi got. So we got a 2-game suspension. Achraf Hakimi from PSG got a 2-game suspension, but one of the games is 1 year probation. So he only got 1 game then. I don't understand. I don't understand the suspension. I don't understand the Ronaldo thing. And like, don't get me wrong, I'm a Ronaldo guy. CR7 over Messi all day. But how is FIFA able to do that? There's players that get red cards going into this World Cup that won't be able to play in the opening game because they got a red card in qualifying 4 months ago. How was Ronaldo able to play? If you have an answer, let me know. So they were also looking to strip Senegal of the AFCON championship. Like I said, major fines handed down to both Morocco and Senegal because they were both highly involved. It's not just Senegal, the West Africans, the dark West Africans. It's not just them. It's the olive skinned Moroccans as well, right? So they're all being banned. I think, like I said, Senegal was 650,000. It converts to 615,000 Canadian, US. And then Morocco, I think it was 322,000 plus suspensions and fines and all of that. So if you have the opportunity to watch that game, just go and watch the last 10 minutes after 90. Just watch those 10 minutes. Crazy. But again, don't let them fool you thinking that that's Africa. It's not Africa. It happens everywhere. Maybe not that specific situation, but nonsense goes on in every country. Anyways, I could go on forever and ever and ever and get really, really, really deep into it, but I won't. It's a football show. It's for fun. We'll leave the politics and my views out of it. If you're not following the podcast, you're watching it on YouTube, hit the bell. You'll get notifications every time we post a new show. We're going to start putting up polls, and you can also follow us on TikTok and Instagram. I do some stuff on there as well. Join the conversation on TikTok. You have anything that you disagree with what I've said today? Let's talk on TikTok. But guys, the New Year's resolution was to keep doing this weekly. Real life gets in the way. I apologize for not being around, but we should be smooth sailing for the rest of the year. So guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next week.